Hey guys, really excited for this video today because I'm going to show you how you can train ChatGPT to answer your business related questions. And for me, I have two ways. One is already implemented as my smart default reply. So as soon as someone asks something outside of the chatbot parameters, then this default reply will kick in. And I will show you this one first because it's a little bit more complicated. And then lastly, I will want to show you the new way that I've been experimenting where you can just train ChatGPT directly. So the current setup is as following. It's a combination of three different kinds of platforms: OpenAI embedding, then also Dialogflow, and last but not least, of course, ChatGPT. The way it works is basically as following. So we have an embedding match search. So soon as a user types in something outside of the basically the chatbot's understanding, they will end up inside of this flow. The very first step is to search through my OpenAI embeddings that I set up inside of my UChat workspace. So if we take a look here, you will see that I have I have 11 embeddings. So if we bring them all in, you will see that I have all of these embeddings that OpenAI can search through for a specific answer. And that is exactly what is happening here. So if we take a look inside, you will see that I have a last text input, right, which will contain the question. And then I need to have a minimum score of 0.8 because that's a pretty high score. And that way I know for a fact that OpenAI has matched the correct embedding and I can generate a response from that. I'm also going to map two other things like OpenAI match. So basically the entire response that I get back, as well as the heading, because I want to check with certain conditions if I need to send the user towards a specific flow. For example, if I want to send them towards an appointment booking or they want to schedule a coaching call, I want to be able to set up a dedicated flow for that and send them directly towards that. So if we go towards the next step, you will see that I'm first going to check the OpenAI score. Is it 0.8 or greater? Then perfect, I'm going to generate a reply using ChatGPT. And then from here, basically, I'm not really going to train ChatGPT as such, but I'm going to say create one variation and include exact links if there are any from this sample data. So basically, this is just a simple prompt, right? And also do not mention variations in your response. So sometimes they say, here's a variation of the following, right? So I want to prevent that, and this will do so. You can be as detailed inside of your prompt as you want to. This for me already works. So as you can see, the sample data is OpenAI match. And then I want to have basically a new variation of the result text. So basically a new variation of this column. So for example, I do provide coaching. If you need any help integrating chatbots into your business or that of clients, you can book a session here. And I want to have a variation for this. Every single time a user comes towards this, I want to have the exact same answer, but just a little bit differently. So it is a little bit more human-like, right? So that is basically what this setup does. It will generate a response and then goes towards giving that response. Now, if the OpenAI score is not high enough, I want to go towards Dialogflow because I am also having a lot of intents inside of Dialogflow, which I am able to map as well. So if we take a look inside here, you will see that we have a certain setup. So I'm selecting my Dialogflow agent. I'm going to reset the context. The query text will be last text input. Could you help me with something? And then I'm going to map a few things like intent display name and the intent detection confidence score. So basically this is the same as the OpenAI score, just to check how confident Dialogflow is. So if the Dialogflow detection score is greater than or equal to 0.8, then I'm going to fetch the answer from my MongoDB database, and then I'm going to check if I have certain values collected. If yes, then I'm going to generate another response from ChatGPT based on the basically the information that I fetch from the database. And as you can see, I will send a response. So if the Dialogflow intent score is also not high enough, then we are going to let ChatGPT reply. And if we take a look inside, I will just send over the message history. Most likely this will be a user that is trying to do some small talk, I'm just sending over the entire history. This, by the way, is also being changed by UChat due to a big update, and I will try to link that inside the video description as well, just to show you how easily it is to save your basically your history, right? And then of course I'm going to give the response back. So this is a pretty complex setup, and this entire setup could basically be replaced with these 3 nodes. Well, actually only these 2 nodes, because I'm just using the question block to be able to ask the questions during testing. But normally this would be triggered by a default reply, and the user ends up inside of this create chat completion. But how can you train ChatGPT directly instead of using OpenAI embeddings or, for example, Dialogflow Intense, right? You can do so by using the new feature that UChat introduced, and that is system messages. And system message allows you to set up a certain role for your ChatGPT agent, but also give really detailed guidelines about your business and basically anything surrounding that. So as you can see, I have a pretty long system message, right? A pretty long. So basically what I did is I put all of these embeddings. So I put all of these contact details. If a user needs to contact me, then I will give this information all inside the system message instead. So I have a pretty long system message, and this works perfectly. So if we go over the system message, I'm first setting a role for this ChatGPT agent. So I'm just stating something like, you're the representation of myself. You will answer in the first person always and will not give links to external sources if they cannot be found in the below information overview. Always give a reply with I, me, and never with ours, right? Because ChatGPT often gives a response in our membership or our brand or our company, and that is something that I want to avoid because I have a personal brand and I want to speak in the first person. Then also state something like, never mention you are an AI language model. If needed, respond in a manner that you do not have the proper knowledge to give an accurate response, and the user can type help to get support from me. So that is another thing that ChatGPT does really often, is state that it's an AI language model, which should not happen, right? When responding for a specific business. Then when giving specific information about discounts, always include that in your reply. Try to add fitting emojis along with your replies, but do make sure to vary them. Always respond in a conversational way. When giving multiple informations to the user, always give them in a list format. When your reply is longer than 3 sentences, add in line breaks to split the content up. And then I also have my ChatGPT prompt to make the text copy a little bit more human-like, right? Conversational-like. And then we also have, when information cannot be found in the below information, then apologize and explain that you're only trained to answer regarding questions regarding the membership and my personal branding. Informations to formulate a reply from, so ways to contact me, and then I give some ways. Information about my membership. If a user wishes to join, then they can generate a response like this. If a user asks what platform the membership focuses on, then I'm going to state UChat, and a ton of more, basically all of my embeds, but then a little bit differently formulated. So let's test this out. So let's say how to best contact you. And let's see if ChatGPT is able to formulate a response based on this system message. So let's go and just test the request. And then we have the content. So hi there, you can easily contact me by sending an email to mark@markvandermeet.com or sending me a PM and then my basically my messenger link, right? And if we take a look above, then you will see that ways to contact me are these, right? So ChatGPT is pretty accurate because it also gives the typing help inside this chat as a third option. So how may I assist you further? And then gives basically an engaging interactive question to let the user fill in the next one. So let's take some kind of information from this system message and see if a ChatGPT is able to formulate a certain response. So let's go with various other information, and let's say, do you have any tutorials I can watch for free? Let's go and test the request again. And within just a few seconds with the 3.5 turbo model, you will see that we have already a reply back. So if we take a look under the messages, and then you will see the following response. Of course, I have a lot of tutorials on my YouTube channel that you can watch completely for free. Just go towards this link. You can watch quite a few tutorials on chatbot marketing, UChat, and more. Let me know if you have any questions or if there is anything else I can help you with. And inside of this response, it actually grabs several pieces of information from the system message, because I am not stating that I am doing UChat tutorials inside of my YouTube channel. So if I go here, as you can see here, I have many tutorials you can watch completely for free at my YouTube channel, right? But it also focuses on the fact that I am focusing on the UChat platform. And as you can see on the response, on tutorials on chatbot marketing, UChat, and more. So let's ask a question. So let's ask the following question. So do you have any ManyChat templates? Let's test the request, because inside the membership questions, I am stating that I'm focusing completely on UChat. So let's see if ChatGPT is able to formulate a reply based on this information here. So I don't have ManyChat templates, but I do provide templates for UChat, which is a fantastic chatbot platform that I use for myself. If you'd like to check out UChat and see what it offers, you can visit their website here, and then uchat.au. And if you are interested in my Chatbot Marketing Accelerator membership, feel free to go towards this specific link, where you can claim a $1,000 discount on my limited time pricing. Enjoy. And as you can see, this response takes in a lot of information from my system messages, because if I take a look here, it goes to show that it understands that I focus completely on UChat, so I don't have any ManyChat templates. It also picks up on the fact where users can go to get more information about UChat, and that is being set inside of, let's see, deciding on the best platform, because I have a link inside of here, right? So why am I finding this so good of a platform? Basically puts in the variation here, but then also as third information inside the reply, also gives the link towards my membership with information about the $1,000 discount, all set within this system message. So this is a really good way, a really easy way, simple way, and fast way to build out your entire training agent for ChatGPT for your business to answer business related questions. And it will fetch different kinds of information inside of this system message and combine them to give a far more accurate answer. So this is the way that I am currently building out my ChatGPT training agent. Instead of using OpenAI embeddings, I'm putting everything inside the system message. There is one disadvantage. It's a pretty big one as well. So by putting in this big of a system message, you will also increase the number of tokens that you use for each generation of a new reply, because the tokens are based on the input that you provide, so the prompt along with the system message, but also the response that the user receives from ChatGPT, right? So if we take a look below, you will see that in the response we have prompt tokens 814 tokens. So that means that we have ChatGPT, the system message, including my question that I ask here, right? That those are combined 814 prompt tokens. And then the completion tokens are 137 because of the size of the response. It fetches different kinds of information from the entire array instead of just the embedding variation of the reply that is being matched beforehand, right? And that will result in close to 1000 tokens already. So I'm currently at 951 tokens, but during the coming days, I will also increase this system message as well. So if you do not mind to have this kind of big prompt tokens, right? So the usage, because you will be billed based on the tokens that you use. So if we go towards OpenAI, if we go towards usage, you will see that the usage on yesterday's testing was 44 cents. So since I'm testing and it's not in production yet, it is not that bad. But if we take a look down below, you will see that we have, if we go with the 30th of March, there we go, we have done 62 requests. And you will see that I did a lot of requests on different time periods. But if we go with the 7 p.m. Testing, you will see that I've used up a lot of tokens. Here, I used up 1792 tokens. Here, 1900 tokens. Here we have almost 3000 tokens. So you see that I use up a lot of tokens. Although those tokens, all of those tokens, right? As you can see here, most of them are based on ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, which is a really inexpensive way of generating replies, really accurate ones as well. Personally, I love GPT-4, but I will record a separate video on this early next week between the two different kinds of models and what are the advantages of the one and what are the downsides, right? So that is a completely different video. But you can see that I generated a pretty good amount of tokens here, almost 5,500 tokens. And if we take a look at the expenses, it was only 44 cents, right? So it's a little bit of a preference of yourself. So do you not mind to pay OpenAI on a monthly basis for quite a few usages? If that is a no and you want to invest in this AI business, right? This AI model, then just go for it. Just put everything inside of the system message and pay maybe $10, maybe $20 a month for your OpenAI bill. In turn, you will be able to be online 24/7, provide a lot more accurate answers by putting everything inside of the system message. And from there, you will be able to generate a lot more conversions, a lot more revenue. You will be more interactive, engaging, and more basically relevant towards your subscribers and your potential leads, right? And that in turn should cover your expenses for AI. My belief is you need to invest in certain tools. For me, that's OpenAI in this case. And I do not mind to pay $10, $20 if I am able to convert a new member towards my membership, for example, which will bring me around the $400 mark at this moment in time because of my $1,000 discount. So that will cover my bills for my expenses just fine, right? So you will need to balance this out for yourself. Do you go with a direct system message where you put in basically all the information about your business? You could also, if you are an e-commerce based business, you can put in all your FAQs here, information about your products, right? You can put everything directly inside here with links where users can go and purchase it, or even with links towards certain chatbot flows, or give them keywords that they need to type in to trigger certain chatbot flows, right? Or do you go with this kind of system, which is far less expensive, and where you're first going to filter the content that the user is asking, basically. You just pick one specific piece of information instead of combining everything in a far more accurate answer. But this is a good solution as well. So it totally depends on your own preference. Personally, I'm going to invest much more into this one. So putting everything inside the system message, fine-tune this towards perfection, and then allow ChatGPT to answer all of my questions. So I hope this video helped you in understanding how you can train your ChatGPT agent far more accurately with using the system message inside of UChat to provide not only the system role that ChatGPT needs to take, but also give all the information about your business. Instead of just using OpenAI embeddings, you can basically go with this model if you don't mind the little bit of extra expenses when OpenAI charges you with a bill. So if you have any questions, do let me know. If you like this video, I do appreciate if you drop a like. And if you did not do so already, subscribe towards this channel because I'm close towards the 500 subscriber mark. And at the end of this year, I would like to see if I can reach the 1K subscribers for my main channel. For now, have a great day, have a great weekend, take care, and I'll see you next week where I will basically compare the two different kinds of models of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT 3.5 along with GPT-4.